In the second part of virtual field trip number 3, we continue our exploration of the Quaternary geology of the area around Woodstock in Oxford County. One very interesting thing about this place is that older non-glacial sediments are preserved below tills in the area, perhaps more than in most other places in the broader region. Some of these units contain organics with diverse fossil assemblages including pollen, macrofossils like aquatic plant remains and insects that may be used to get insights into paleoenvironments and climate of the past, and also dated by the radiocarbon method, as long as the fossils are within the range of applicability of the radiocarbon method. This particular site near Innerkip, organic rich deposits and other non-glacial units occur below tills that have been identified as the late glacial Tavistock and Port Stanley tills that were discussed in previous videos. The fossil assemblages of those subtill non-glacial units are consistent with an aquatic environment like a vegetated pond surrounded by a rich and varied flora and fauna. The climate conditions are thought to have been similar to those of today for the area and therefore suggest it is associated to the last interglaciation some 125,000 years ago. Now this is far beyond the range of the radiocarbon dating method, and most results, C14 results, indeed yielded non-finite ages, but not all of them. Some yielded ages between 33 and 45,000 years ago, which could be due to contamination by modern carbon. You don't need much contamination to take a non-finite age and bring it down to 40-something thousand years ago. So this is one problem of trying to date organics that are close to the limit of applicability of the radiocarbon method. Another thing that is special about the non-glacial deposits of this site is that they are heavily deformed, exhibiting both ductile and brittle deformations, as you can see on these pictures. The subtil units are also over-consolidated. So these are all clues to the subglacial conditions that prevailed here during the last glaciation. We can also wonder about things like, was the Catfish Creek till ever deposited here? Was it eroded? Clearly this site has a story to tell that has not yet been fully told. Subtil units, including organic layers, have also been identified and documented at other sites in the area. For example, a study at the Zorra quarry published in 2015 concluded that the subtil organic rich deposits at the site are not from the last interglaciation, but instead are much younger, about 45,000 years ago, and would thus record a time during the last glaciation when ice had retreated enough to create non-glacial conditions in southwestern Ontario. The fossil assemblage at that site are consistent with temperatures cooler than present, but not cold enough to be Arctic tundra environment. Overall, it seems to be the record of a vegetated pond or wetland in a northern boreal or taiga environment. How extensive the Laurentide ice sheet was at that particular time? That is still an area of active research, as most of the datable organics from all these sites yield age results that are either non-finite beyond the range of radiocarbon dating, which is about 50,000 years, or are very close to the limit between 40 and 50,000, which makes it quite challenging and sometimes results may be highly uncertain. It is also important to realize that different sites may contain records of different times. So some of these sites in southwestern Ontario could be older and may belong to the last interglaciation, such as the site near Innerkip that I showed earlier, whereas other sites perhaps belong to this time interval around 50 to 40,000 years ago, when ice volumes were much reduced during the last glaciation. Now, these sites are quite interesting and certainly deserve more attention and research. We will stop here for this third virtual field trip. If you would like to discover more about the geology of the Woodstock area, I invite you to visit the Ontario Geological Survey website and their OGS Earth page in particular, and explore the 3D geological model of the Woodstock area, which can be visualized in Google Earth. Thank you for watching.